Guys, we are here playing some of the Omaholic series on GG, mixing it up today for the stream. We kind of it's kind of just kicking off here on the Sunday. We have a decent kind of buy-in going in on the right, and then a very small buy-in on the left just for some action. We will be starting actually with a hold'em tournament as well. Coming up, just because we kind of got enticed by the $1 million guarantee on that. So you will see some serious donkements today, most likely, given that one, I'm not a tournament player, and two, definitely not a hold'em player. Man, this is crazy seeing this many people at a table. Yeah, obviously pretty bad run out on the left. On the right, kind of miss everything. Block all the sets in two pairs and flush draws that people would kind of bet with. I honestly should have checked. I thought I had the no flush draw. And we chop it up. I don't know how much I will be talking for this entire thing because this, hopefully, could go on for a long period of the day. There are a ton of tournaments on today, so we will probably play in a bunch, whilst also trying to make sure my puppy doesn't destroy everything and goes out when he needs to. So, busy day ahead, so stay tuned. Some very interesting action that we've seen so far in this $2 buy-in Omaholic series. So coming up, we do have an $88 super stack starting in 40 minutes. Got a $54 Omaholic bounty. We have the Omaholic super high roller for 10k, which spoiler on that one, I will not be participating, and I didn't set up my buttons for tournament play, so it's likely going to be like 3BB or 2BB. I think 2.5x is the standard. With the King of Spades here against quite a wide player, I am going to go ahead and stab, given that I am pushing some equity against his range and block some of his stabbing range. On the deuce, I'm probably going to check depending on the river. He snap checks. I think that we likely have probably too much equity to bluff, to be honest, with the 10 and the kings as well. We probably run into like 2 pair at this point and lose a good amount. Okay. 10-8 unsuited. I think we're folding. I really want to hear the chat's feedback for some of this stuff that's going on here, because it's going to be very interesting. Kind of excited though. What is going on, LPD? I am glad that you could make it. Welcome. I am doing well. Pretty excited for the day, to be honest. I have not played tournaments in a long time, so it's pretty fun to mix it up, do something different, and then just try and figure stuff out, because I'm not going to know the GTO solutions, ranges, that kind of stuff, so and it just makes it interesting to think through spots. And as always, I appreciate, people telling me where there are mistakes or where things could have been better. Just, maybe try and explain it if there's like something that's messed up in terms of, array size. Do we get to call here with antis with this guy behind? I kind of want to. Might be a little loose, this short stack though, to be honest. I mean, we could fire a small bet here so that we could bluff some rivers, but I don't think that we really achieve much. We're never getting anything bad to fold, and our equity is pretty shocking. Four-way. I think there's a big overlay in this tournament, though. I'm sure it'll fill up as we go, but I want to say that there was another reason why I was kind of playing this. I mean, yeah, it's obviously going to fill up drastically with the rebuys, but massive overlay right now should be pretty funny. But currently, like 70k to first, so why not? Let's get some run good going. Nice hand here on the left. And definitely a hand that we want to ISO with. Gonna get overcalled a ton by this guy on the button, which obviously isn't ideal. That was kind of strange. I've never seen that before. Someone wants to explain that, how he just is ripping a GIF in his little profile thing there. This interesting. Do we want to call or just rip? I think with a diamond in our hand and no real other draws, I think we can just call. What? Making sure we called. $7-5 or diamond. Not a diamond, it is a 5. Wow. Okay. Not too fun. Alright, let's play a hold'em hand. Like, what are we doing here? 10-8 offsuit out of the small blind. Play it. Come on. Get some action against the min-raise. I would imagine that just naturally I'm going to play ridiculously over-aggressive, like, by accident. Just because, obviously you think about it in terms of Omaha. Should probably never have a leading range here, calling out of the small blind. Might get some respect from this guy thinking that I'm a fish, as I probably shouldn't lead here. We have pretty good blockers to do so. And we're probably just going to punt off our whole stack on the first hand, just barreling off into ace X. But we take it down 100% in pots that we played. Omaha. Hold'em is an easy game. Down to 50 bigs on the right. Gonna have to be playing pretty tight. Like, considering calling. I honestly have zero clue about hold'em ranges now. Like, I'm like, against a min raise, can we call this on the button in position? Maybe. I'm sure we'll have some hold'em players in the chat that'll tell me how much I am butchering the beautiful game. Usually I'm gonna steal pretty wide, but I mean, this hand is very trashy. Oof. I'll be folding 9-7 suited, surely. Do we want to ISO? We're pretty short. Guy's playing very wide. We will go for the ISO here without too much nighness. I mean, I don't think we can fold though, to be honest. And I mean, especially not when we flop the nuts. And we are going to have a leading range here out of the big blind. Hits our range pretty well. And checking back with the medium strong hand here. Pretty terrible turn on the right. I think with a gut shot, maybe I want to check back here. And on the right, going to check, could check raise. Don't think that we're ever folding a 9 here to the small size. And obviously not folding aces up to the small size on the left. Then we call here. I think maybe. These are very small size though. They could be betting some strats with a spade blocker maybe. Could check raise the river. Gonna give us a lot of credit. With this size though, he can like kind of be betting low flushes, which kind of makes the most sense most likely here. So yeah, I don't think that it makes too much sense because a lot of our nut flushes that we have here likely would go for a check call on the flop rather than a lead, and out of the big blind would have a lot of squeezes with nut flushes. So I don't think he's thinking about any of this, but if we're gonna play kind of a GTO strategy, and I'm not sure what happened over here if we I guess he lost that hand maybe? What did he have? Value owned with the ace king makes sense. I mean, are we just gonna get the ultimate run good from GG? just get rewarded for playing our first Hold'em tournament. This is gonna get annoying with the screens though. Just 3-betting getting this in. And, oh yeah, I forget, we can like overbet. Ship it! Ship it! Get it in pretty well on the right. And check mark on the turn. And a nice little hand on the left. UL, what is up? What is up? Is anyone else playing any tournaments on GG today? Should I be looking out for any of you guys? There are a ton going on in terms of PLO. 4-way, I think we just fold. So we're alive on the right in the $25 buy-in. Not doing fantastic though. Make sure we're registered. Next tournament starts in 30 minutes. I think we might fold. And I think checking, probably range or something close to on this board after we 3-bet. Or actually, I guess in Hold'em we have more of the kind of suited hands. And maybe a board to check raise on the right. Oops, that's gonna be an issue. And I'm gonna continue here. After he checks back, I think likely, you know, some of the higher flushes are taken out of his range, so the 10 of clubs is a very nice blocker here. Expect to get raised by, or him to bet, so 6-8 hands, maybe even 6-3, this type of player on the flop. On the turn when he calls, he can have some 2-pair type hands here that miss. I think we can maybe sneak out value here. Snapped off, probably a flush, I guess. Yep. We're close. Close. I thought he might have a lower flush than that, to be honest. But want to go for very thin value against someone that's playing 62 VBIP. Not too much hope for this hand. We could opt to kind of bet out. But I mean, we're playing six-handed on the flop. Marginal defend here, but with no rec and the smaller bet size, I think that it is fine. And then going to be check raising this flop. He bets somewhat small. So if we do raise, I don't mind a small raise here at these stack depths. Likely can induce some sort of shove with, you know, some draws that we're doing okay against. We're obviously not folding pretty much any turn. Maybe like the 10 or Jack of Diamonds, definitely not that card. And SPR1, ship it in. And we get the fold. Let's see if we actually just move this slightly. Yeah, it's a little easier so we can flick between the two. Deep in position. Should we just start making some moves? I mean, I'm guessing that this is not even an open, but I mean, is he not supposed to bet basically range on this flop? Feels a little fishy to me. I don't, given that he checks the flop and then kind of checks here on the turn again, it feels like I guess pairs between nines and an ace, and I don't think that he is ever gonna fold those hands. Are we just shipping this in? Yeah, why not? In position, you could make an argument for it, and I guess we have some showdown value with king high, maybe. He's not folding any mid pairs. Queen jack, ship it. How are we doing on this table? No jack, no heart. No jack, no heart. And it's a heart. But it's the four of hearts. Woo! Ship it. We're alive. We're alive in the $2 bounty. That beat. What are you talking about, bro? Oh. Tilt. We might actually have to mix this this format up, because if we actually run deep in any of these tournaments and I'm having like misclicks because the tables are jumping because I'm trying to keep them like this, then it's gonna be pretty tilting. I think we can likely open with the double suited jacks. Maybe I think I call to him in open. I don't know. Need to really go and study my my ranges. I'm like convinced I want to call nearly all my hands with this guy behind though, because he's just gonna pay us off. If we do flop my hands. Just gonna deny some equity against, you know, some kind of over, you know, 3 overcards to the board. Obviously, we can bet fold this very easily, but we have some turns that we can barrel off on, and don't expect to get bluff raised basically ever by like 8x, something like that. I think with this guy behind, don't really want to trap it all here. We're just going to end up having him call and then giving others a good price behind. And definitely going to squeeze here. I think a flop. A pretty good flop on the right. Have to be 3-bet. I'm gonna take a small step here. It's pretty hard for people to continue without queen on such a disconnected board. Tempted to actually check back here, but I guess we do unblock all of the pairs. We'll use a small sizing. Hopefully induce with like pair and straight draw type hands that figure that they have good equity against aces. And the question is, do we ever want to just call? We get the bullets. The bullets in Hold'em. A lot more exciting. Obviously snap it off on the right. And we have him drawing dead, so pretty good decision to just flat there. And we get 4-bet. Gotta love it. Guy giving it the OMG. Do we have a little aces versus kings? Does fold. Still a nice pot. We're making some moves in the $1 million guarantee. And up to a decent stack now on the right after that basically doubled through. LPD says I mostly play 5-card and I find there's a lack of content on YouTube for it. Any interest in making plan explains even for low stakes? Honestly, I am definitely not any sort of 5-card expert. I know how to play. I know some of the differences between 4 and 5, and I've done some work in the mastermind with their content, but yeah, I would never feel comfortable coaching that. I would probably be making too many mistakes. So not at the moment. Depending on where I go, where I live, and that kind of stuff, I might move into the 5-card space at some point. But I do quite like, you know, 4 card right now, and I think that there's still enough edges to be had. So probably sticking to that. Might expand to 5 card at some point, but we shall see. Yeah, I think landing tournament play is definitely a good option. It's usually a lot more soft in general. And yeah, if you have like an exclusive province, that's for sure as well. But yeah, I just haven't studied it. I don't find it as interesting. Ooh, look at this, lifetime winnings. I guess I must have played a tournament or 2 on GG. I didn't know that I'd done that. Don't usually play many tournaments on here. All right, so we will be right back in a couple of minutes. All right, we are back. So, c-betting here, obviously this is a very marginal hand we would hit to get check raised. I feel like we're not going to get check raised that often. And also we don't have that many great runouts. But, I mean, a player like this can definitely call us with weaker and is not going to punish us for betting too merged on the flop. Which is the proper adjustment if I start betting hands like that. I guess we have to call here. And get the classic nightmare flop. Obviously just checking back here. Maybe our flush can be good sometimes. And a spade's pretty solid. I mean, not ideal if this guy bets because he has likely the most uncapped range. And obviously we're only beating bluffs at this point. So we'll be folding to a river bet. And he should slow down here. Weird. He can bet some. I mean, the combos of sets that he's going to bet on the turn, though, are like very thin. What combos of sets is he going to bet? Like, he would have to, given that there's a straight and a flush draw, he'd have to have, like, queen, queen, king, king of spades. Makes me want to call, to be honest. Like, does he just have the ace of spades and, like, no showdown and just kind of has to bet? Oh, what do you have? Oh! And, okay, so he's betting bet 9-9 on the turn there. Which is very surprising. Well, let me rephrase that. It's very surprising in more of the games that I usually play. I guess I just shouldn't be paying that off in the $2 buy-in tournament because I probably am not. Not kind of thinking exploitatively enough when people are just gonna go ahead and bet a bare middle set there on the turn. Overthinking and leveling myself, I guess. Okay, we do have another tournament starting. Jack 10 off. And we're obviously just gonna flop our turn straight anyway, so ship the monies. Let's register for this $88 event. Oh, nice. It is. It's a super stack tournament, so we start off a couple hundred BB deep. Gonna be squeezing here. Maybe should have maybe taken a minute there to look at the stack sizes. Gonna be pretty hard for us to turn a straight with this hand on the left, so we'll just be check folding. And I don't think this is a hand that we can just pot into 2 people. I mean, this guy's hardly going to fold anything, and this guy has a pot-sized bet left. Thing is, can we check fold? We got shot 2 backed off the straws. Pretty bad turn, and we can definitely fold now. Nice hand here on the right, especially with some short stacks in the mix. We can definitely 3-bet and stack off here. And it's like 30 something big blind stacks. Hopefully this guy just calls. And definitely going to be squeezing. And we are drawing pretty much dead. That is about the worst you could get it in against 2 people. With spades, straight draw, and your flush out dominated. We do run into it there after so what happened here? Probably should just be potting there. I didn't realize how short I was on this left table. Jack 10 suited. Brings back some memories. That is my favorite Hold'em hand from back in the day. Um, 30 big blinds, probably folding, I guess. Do we want to bet or check rates? I think we probably want to bet this blank turn. And then triple off on non-spade rivers. Triple off, double off. I think this may be a fold, honestly. Even with a min-raising strategy. This feels a bit fishy to Feels a little fishy, but why not? We could go ahead and bet now. No, I mean there's gonna be plenty of like better king X that checks back. And holding over here. I mean, guys, if we want to run like Jesus in one tournament, it is definitely the one we are running like Jesus in. And then obviously just value betting river here. Should we just shove river? You could have some straights. Oops. Didn't mean to click check fold there. I think calling here is fine. These guys are wide. I guess these guys are pretty wide. How much equity do we really push though? Because we're not getting any folds. And we just block so much of like the kind of bang range. But our hand plays so well on turns even if it goes check check. So I don't mind going for the check raise. Not an ideal turn. I think most king high flush draws bet. We obviously heavily block the boards. So I'm gonna go and lead out here. And I kind of assume that we have the nuts. Question is, what do we get called by? That's worse. Seems a bit thin three-way. Could check raise. Always an option. And without a club, it's not fantastic here. We're still gonna go for it. We have a good triple on, sorry, we have a good double barrel on non-club runouts. We have some equity. Not great, really. And just gonna be giving up. Yeah, playing 4 tournaments whilst make sure my puppy doesn't eat everything is not recommended. I mean, I feel like we should be raising hands like this, but this guy is like so wide, and we're getting pretty short. Always better if you're sat in at the tournament as well. Oof. Running hot in the Hold'em tournament. Be nice if we won 100 grand on stream. Is this the 3-bet against EP? I guess. Do we want to 3-bet against this guy? That seems super wide. I think probably yes. Our hand's going to play a lot better at a low SPR. Be able to kind of stack off on quite a few flops. In position, out of position here, I would maybe just kind of go ahead and just pot it with 3 overs and a straight draw blocker in position. I think there is some value in checking back. And yeah, just obviously folding on the turn. Be interested to see. I mean, we raised over on the other table as to how wide we do start to get opening with 0 rake and 200 big blind deep stacks. Don't know that I really want to float this hand out of position. And maybe if I had like king 10-5, I would have gone ahead and led, but I don't think it makes for a check raise. Honestly, not even sure what to do on this board. Let me block an ace. Yes, you can have overpairs and maybe connect with some of his draws, but we do block a jack. Like, do we ever want to check raise here? Even small? With zero equity basically against his value. I guess we just fold. And can we fold? Getting 8-1. We block a ton here on the turn. See with a spade, straight draw is like usually good, and we do need some protection against random overcards, and pretty easy fold to a check raise. I also just like how I maintain all of my PLO sizings. Chance to collect a 50-cent bounty. Let's say we're all in. Oh. Can we hold? Can we hold? I think that's good. I think that's good for the scoop. We get min raised. Min raise and then checks. I'm gonna check back here and then probably bluff like flush runouts maybe. I don't know what he's gonna min check raise here, maybe like 10x. I don't know. And if we're gonna bluff card, take it down. Sorry if you hear me yelling at my dog who is biting my feet. Not going to be getting creative on this board. This is pretty tough playing all these different tables, like with like 4 different stack depths. Not very used to this. Probably multi-way here with just like marginal, and then some future blockers. Just gonna go for the check call. And it's turning to 7. Hey, Kai, hey! Oh, I gotta go take my pup out. Buddy, no! Hey! No! Sorry. It's gonna value bet and call here. In case everyone, this is Kai. Say hi, everybody. Alright, we're gonna be right back. Oh boy. Sorry about that. My pup almost just took a massive dump on the floor. So that was a little emergency. With a backdoor flush draw, and kind of no blockers to his raising range, I think pretty clear check back with some overcards that are likely good for 2-pair too. And this stack depth, I don't think it makes sense calling. Just want to kind of jam it in here on the turn, and get called by his draws. Jack 6 or deuce, and it is a 6. That is quite unfortunate. And I think we're kind of long into this, so probably not going to re-enter. Unfortunate run out. All right, so we are out of the $25. I don't think that we're meant to raise this, to be honest, but and be folding to the jam. Wonder if there's still pretty big overlay. Yep. Sure, it'll fill up, but let's see what else we have upcoming. We could play $215 Sunday Big Dance. But we also have the Omaholic Bounty Tournament at the same time. Kind of want to check a limp pot here. Obviously, bad turn. Given our blockers, blocking straight draws and pairs. Uses range a bit more towards flushes. And just gonna check down with decent showdown. We can still beat some like pair plus straight draw type hands. And we do need some protection here on the left if we have the best hand. I don't think we ever get bet to fold at this point, and with our particular blockers, I don't mind checking because there's a few rivers that we can call. So we're adding in the $54 Sunday Omaholic bounty. I don't know what's going on up there. Happened. Everybody's shipping it in on like the second hand of the tournament. The min-raise with an ante, can we even fold this hand? Really, really bad though. Kind of actually just want to call here. Like, could be in trouble on a ton. You know, having the pair in our hand like doesn't really help our case there. You're gonna check back with some good future blockers and some marginal equity. Doesn't quite help us. And I think we just have to fold here, unfortunately. Obviously. Gonna run into 7-7 a lot. Kings, Queen 7. The pair in our hand is just pretty rough. We could go for the bet here now, given that, you know, obviously strong flush draws would bet at this point. Given that a strong flush draw is usually has some sort of combo draw. Oh, come on. Definitely hit res there in time. Given that, you know, and it's gonna be tough to call with sort of like ace x hands. So we do fold out a lot better. Jack x, queens, kings, and obviously have a couple of turns, a couple of rivers that we can stack off on. And obviously with the also connected, not folding. Res. Double gotcha, a pair. Problem is we can run into some pretty dominating hands when the money does go in here, and we have a lot of playability on turns where we can bluff and do a bunch of different stuff. Obviously, I imagine that we pretty much have the nuts at this point. When it goes check, I mean, I am going to use generally a smaller sizing here, which allows me to bet some sets and straights with flush blockers. And into 4 people here, probably not going to make too many moves. And I honestly haven't paid too much attention to this super stack, but I don't think that we lost pot, so the levels must have gone up pretty quick. I mean, I didn't look at the structure of this before. So obviously kind of strange when you have like a super stack tournament, but then the levels just go up really quick. You're already at 100 BB, like whatever, 15 minutes into the tournament. No real reason to bet here, to be honest. We have some straight blockers. I may bet this turn, or we could check it back. I mean, there's not much that changes on the turn, but unblocking hearts, we could opt to go for some protection here. With the made hands, I would usually see people lead after the check back on the flop. And just checking down here. Not a fantastic river, but still plenty of showdown value. Okay. And with the disconnected 5, I think probably just gonna call here. And then we could turn our hand into a bluff here already with backdoor clubs. Gonna be a very good board for my range, and we have a 5 and can't really, don't really like check calling. Can't do much on a lot of turns, so leading kind of makes sense there. Me anyway. Pretty gross hand to check call, but with some backdoors and immediate fold equity. I don't like bang. I guess just overcall here. The jam. Should we call it off? No. Against this sizing, we do have to call a decent amount, but this guy is short behind. don't think these types of more passive players are finding too many bluffs here. They're either bluffing with a lot of equity, or they already have a good made hand, and without particular hands, you know, we're gonna struggle. Even if he doesn't bluff rivers, he's gonna get there plenty of the time. This guy's 3-betting at 20% range, so I think we likely just have to go with this. If, like, basically, that about stack in the middle already. This guy's opening super wide. This guy's 3-betting like crazy. But having said that, the last time we did this, we ran into the aces, so there we go. Okay, well now we hope he does have aces, and we're against 2 sets of aces. That would be the best case scenario, I guess. No. I mean, get out. Come on. I mean, we get it in pretty well, but unfortunately not for it. And not going to be rebuying to the $2 event. This is a board where we would usually check our range, and potentially check raise here, but I just don't think people are stabbing enough, and so we allow them just to check back with very marginal hands that are doing well against us. Bottom set with the red blockers. Guess we bet small here to stack off, and then can fold maybe on spade turns. I think he's just gonna jam flush draws here, like running too hot, not running too hot. Maybe we just check back and then check fold non-pairing turns. Jack? Never really going to be checking that. But that was bad. I think we just have to fold, unfortunately. Given what we block on the flop in terms of removal effects, it's just... it puts so many soft spades in his range, and he owns us and shows the bluff. With any spade in his hand. I mean, I guess I don't hit. I mean, he obviously puts us mostly on aces there. So, all right, we will be back in a few minutes. right. Where are we at? Where are we at? So in the 54, 88. We are in the middle of the road here and not doing too hot in the 54. And then still doing pretty decently in the Hold'em tournament. Still has another hour and a half, basically, of late registration. But would be a nice little bink. Yeah, exactly. Thinking player. He was super pumped in the $2. Probably got like a 50-cent bounty too. Don't forget about that. Still tilting. Although very much less. Oh. So what else do we have? Guys are pretty tight, so definitely gonna raise this marginal hand. And we could bet here for some protection. Usually have the best hand. And we block some of the raising range with 5, so I don't mind a small bet. I guess we can play the WSOPC Big Dance 215. Add that one in next. This will probably be the last one that I add in. Otherwise, if we run deep in any of them, we are gonna be up all night. So 50k guarantee. All right, let's do it. Let's randomly raise this small bet, I guess. Do we bluff in this spot? Oh man. Guessing we get snapped off. Sick call, bro. How does he not think I have a king? How? A little loose with 3-bet here. Wow. We weren't paying attention as well. Default to 4-bet. Not going to compound the error. Decent board for my range and my hands. What are we doing a raise here? I mean, we can obviously get continues from hands that we have absolutely crushed. And if we do get it in against a set, not the worst. Could make an argument to bet here, but I think bottom pair, and you know, if we had like 6-8-8, even 6-9-9, you could maybe make an argument for it. Now we're just trying to get to showdown here. Given that our showdown value increased on the queen 10 and backdoor spades. And giving up on turn after kind of c-betting here. Obviously, the flop kind of hits his small blind cold calling range pretty hard anyway. And the turn improves it even further. So, I mean, we'll see. You will see some sort of stabs with these hands that basically have no hope and can fold out a ton of bad hands. But obviously, easy give up. 2.5x in position. Uh-oh, look out. Obviously never folding here. whatever, 45 big blinds. Classic hold'em spot. Hey. Hey. Come here. No, buddy, stop. Just pawing and stacking off here with the ace king queen. Stack to pot ratio is low enough. In this hand, I mean, this short, we can definitely make some more folds. I think that this is too connected, especially since this guy's going to overcall a lot. Man. We are struggling today, guys. Struggling. Ace, baby. No, diamond. God damn it. God. And just shipping it in here on the left. Again, 2 back-to-back knockouts. Oh, didn't realize it didn't show. There's one time. And we hold. We run a little better in the hold'em. Okay, bud. We are down to 3. Here, I kind of like bang. We have a couple of 10s we can barrel. We block some straight draws, but, you know, we're not thrilled about basically calling any turn. I appreciate that thinking, player. Yeah, definitely that sucked, but I appreciate comments about my pup. He is a rock star. I feel bad right now, just making him hang out by himself while I stream for multiple hours. But yeah, he is very, very cute. Cannot deny that. Yes, we have to call on the left now. So middle of the road in the super stack. Kind of similar story in the big dance ticket over here. Winning any of them would be good. Just to manage expectations. Probably not a hand that I'm going to 3-bet on the right. I'm going to raise against limp. But but I do want to play at somewhat of a high SPR in position. And with 3 overs to 6 for better 2 pairs and a heart blocker, I think checking back here is standard. It's tough when he bets, to be honest, because we do block some of the bluffs with the 8 of hearts, but I don't think we get to fold this turn. It is quite a large size though, to be honest. Question is, if we jam, does he fold a 6? I don't think so. I mean, obviously draws miss, but we block some of those. And you can definitely just bet a 6 here. It doesn't have to be a boat. Aha. Aha. So an interesting one on the left. I mean, he's betting full range on this board, so we can't fold. And here I think that we either raise or fold, given that we heavily block 6s that he would 3-bet with. We're gonna have all of the 6s. We block a 9, so we can have 9s full that we would call a flop with. But if we call here, he's gonna triple off basically every single hand that we're ahead of, and bet every single hand for value as well, and we're going to struggle to call. And you know, obviously if we raise, he's not folding aces or kings, which are going to be a big portion of his range, so I think we just give it up. I guess apparently we checked back a Jack-10 flop. Oh, I guess I have no time bank. That would be why. Jams it all in. I think we have to call, right? I mean, I think we have to call. All right, thinking player, good luck on Bovada. There'll be some nice games on there on a Sunday. I think we can just fold here. Fall away without a straight draw blocker and some equity. I just want to back this back. Or for a small bet or a free turn. That's not a small bet. mean, we must be pretty caught then, because I mean, I never play this tight. Just giving up on the left. Not a good card for us. Continue bluffing. We could just flat here and see what he does on turns. Raising on such a dynamic board is tough. Might even want to just fold this. Maybe folding is too tight there. The open ender and backdoor flush draw, but we check folding here on the left. Can't really lead too much here. We're obviously never getting queen X to fold. I think this is pretty marginal against a short stack. I actually don't know. I remember it's only been about 10 years since I played Holden. They would have raised if this guy had called too. Don't mind squeezing there. Puts this guy in a tougher spot because this guy's likely going to continue a lot. Since we're a little shallow, I might actually just check this back. And then on this board, gonna raise with a diamond blocker and straight draw blocker. Hello? Hello? And then I guess pot folding the turn. And we take it down. So when we do actually turn the set, given that we raise small on the flop, he can definitely have some two pairs in his range. His parent straight draw hands obviously get there. It's kind of tough without a straight draw blocker. You could argue, well, it definitely looks like it would have been better to check call. I think we probably have to give this up. And that's why it was probably a bad bet in the first place, blocking our run outs and not blocking the straight draw. I really dislike that play. I wonder if people are going to start noticing that I'm just c-betting basically every hand in Hold'em. Oh, this could be the end of the big dance. We obviously don't really have a leading range here after we get 3-bet. We're obviously never folding, given that we have the gut shot. Check back is a little scary, to be honest. pretty good flop for us. Not so much here. And 2-pair. I don't think there's too much in value bang here. Question is, do we have a value bet? Pretty good flop. And given that we're second last to act, I do want to bet and build a pot here. Obviously, we can call a check raise. We can. Do we want to just jam? We can fold out like 2-pair type hands. The club blocker there, I think it makes for a better jam. I guess this is actually pot limit all the way through. You probably looked at that. And I think, given that they're that disconnected, I don't mind just flattening here in the big blind. And maybe check calling flop with some pretty nut outs. Oh, little set action. And so now it's pretty likely that we run into like King X or Weak Ace X. At this point, B is actually checking back with some showdown value. Not a great turn. And then I think we do want a value bet, even though obviously there's a 4-card straight out there. We do sneak out some value. And calling it off, I guess. Drawing dead. Well, there goes another after we were flipping on the flop. Not blocking the straight here. Oh, still in it. Obviously he doesn't have a straight. I think we just lose. We lose a good amount here, but I think we probably have just enough showdown value. Check. I guess. Ah! It's panicking there. Oh, do we hold? No! God damn it! Run better! Okay, so gonna win the flip in the 88 super stack, so we are struggling in that one, close to last place. Doing okay here in the big dance and still in it to win it in the Hold'em tournament, which has an hour left of registration. Of late rag still. Pretty crazy. I guess we could call, but kind of feel like just shipping this in at this point. Obviously, we would rather get this hand heads up and play it like four-way. Hit him! Oh boy, that's not good. That's a pretty good flop. And that's a pretty good turn. Alright, we're still in it. And... SPR a little over 2. I just want to put pressure on like any pair that he has. Which I don't think he's going to fold, actually, thinking about it. Maybe 3-bet 10-9 suited against the button. I think it's probably in there, right? Maybe not at these stack depths, though. Yes, we fold. On the right, obviously very dry board, hard for people to continue. Could check back, but you know, given that we have a pair in our hand, I definitely want to do less slow playing. But you know, we do block one into the straight draw too. Maybe if I had like a 5, I would consider checking back here. But obviously when the straight completes, we have a lot less outs with the pair in our hand. Hey, what's up, Calamity? Yeah, maybe you can liven up the chat. It is pretty quiet today. I think partially because I'm also not talking as much. I kind of said that at the beginning of the stream that this potentially could be, hopefully, is a very long stream. So I'm not gonna be talking through like every single spot and trying to chat all the time, because it's gonna get pretty tiring, especially when half the time I've been trying to fend off my puppy as well and stop him from getting everywhere. But the puppy is doing good. You missed him. He was on the stream maybe like 20-30 minutes ago, maybe. We 3-bet S5, probably not. And against pot size bet, unfortunately I have to fold the gut shot and backdoor flush draw. We bet like half pot, we could probably continue. And without a spade and some equity, some showdown value, I guess it's 3-way, so unlikely. Still just gonna be checking back. All right, well, we're under 7,000 left in the Hold'em tournament, so pretty much guaranteed at this point. guess probably shouldn't raise this with the 13 big blind stack in the blinds. Maybe? Not sure. I guess we have to call it off. Does I say that? Like, I guess we have to, right? I don't know. They just have 2 live cards. Or just be crushed. Given how tight these guys are, I'm gonna raise his hand. Starting to get bored and tilted, not tilted, but bored in the hold'em. Yeah, he might do. He's currently passed out right now, though. So, you know, I was gonna take him out, but I'm backing him up. We'll see as I move around if he gets up. But yeah, we're gonna be back in 5 minutes, I guess. Still running in the tournament? Oh no, oh, this one's still. Yeah, it's funny. I was wondering if that was the real Andres Nemeth that sat our table, but I'm pretty sure that is him with 15 million in tournament winnings. let's see if we can make some moves. Half stacked, I think, at most of the tables. Obviously not folding on the right. Very good time. I think we can bet for value. I don't see him betting too many ace or queen high flushes on the flop because they have too much value in turning the actual flush. But he does have the queen high flush. Do we get owned? Or we own ourselves? I don't want to just check rip this hand. They're stacked up. Small size though. But we are out of position, so we do need slightly less equity to stack off, given that we get rid of the positional disadvantage. Dude, we are running so bad today. Man, give me a worse turn. I'm actually gonna check fold. Kalami, I guess you're asking if I cash in anything today? Not so far. Has not been a run good kind of day. Well, these stacked up, so we can definitely bet smaller. We can still get all of them. Not getting by the river. We don't really need much protection here. I'm tempted to call just given how tight these guys are behind. But at 30 bigs, should likely just be a fold. And we do get punished for it. We'll have to call if this guy calls. Love it. Can't fold. I mean, come on. Pretty good flop on the left. Still alive. MBB, guys. I need some serious run good. All right, let's see how we go with a super premium. The dream. The dream. Oh my god, come on, man. Unbelievable. Okay, we are out of the big dance. Do we have any short stacks behind? Could have considered trapping. I mean, we have 8 big blind, 5 in the middle. Definitely not a PTO strategy playing, but so what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get knocked out. We're gonna get stuck with the one game that I don't play in terms of hold'em. What it looks like. All right, maybe we'll fire up like some Russian cash or something. Makes me kind of sad though, because I was enjoying the ornament grind. But let's see what we got going on. I guess we could re-enter the 88 stack. What does that look like? We would re-enter with 25 BB. Yeah, we're not doing that. What about the big dents? 50 BB. Doesn't seem like we're gonna push an edge there. We get the min res through with King 9. Alright. Well, let's we can throw up a table of onto Russian cash, I guess. Since we're in it to win it in the Hold'em tournament. Not in too bad of a spot. With $1 million guaranteed. I think we should probably take it seriously. I mean, outside of bounties, obviously you would crush a bunch of bounties, but pretty solid prize pool. But obviously, to run super deep. Slash win it. It's 10, we can get the SPR down to like 2. Basically stack off on any flop. I guess that raise is too big. I wonder what we folded over here when I wasn't paying attention. Hey, what's up, Helly? Yeah, it's not been a fun day, and the bad beats are always a bit more tilting in tournaments, since you can't just rebuy and playing against the weaker players, but is what it is. What's gonna happen is we're just consolidating all of the run good into this Hold'em tournament, and yeah, we're gonna take down a Hold'em tournament. Then we'll change the name to NL poker coaching. And yeah, we'll go from there. We'll do the reverse. Obviously going to check back some nut flush draws, but with the additional gut shot and just folding here, it's too much of our stack. Oh wow, didn't see this guy's stack. That's unfortunate. I mean, like, just in case when we have to call the two big blinds. He has top set and the flush draw. Oh, hit him with the offsuit 5. One time. Tell me this guy cashed out. Oh my god. Guy cashed out. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun either, Clammy. Blocking some of the high pairs, I think this makes a decent hand too. Flip on the turn. Guess we have to follow through and hope that he folds like jacks. Nope. Does have queens anyway. Oh, so Clammy, this one's for you. Hi. Oh my goodness. So this is Kai. Open-ended. But yeah, buddy. Over here. What? To be honest, I thought we bet, but I'm just gonna call at this point. A lot of money goes in here. We're often not doing very well. buddy. And pot size bet on the turn. I think that we can call here, to be honest. We can bluff some rivers too. Whoa, good. Not that one, unfortunately. Buddy. You gotta say bye, buddy. Just tries to eat my microphone when I bring him up here, so. Not a viable long-term strategy. But gotta do something to entertain ourselves while we play Hold'em. I mean, this tournament, yeah, can't even imagine how, probably like, good lead here. Exploitatively, like obviously not really gonna have any bets. Not folding, could actually check raise, fold this hand. We are gonna be ahead of a good amount of his pair plus draw type hands, and obviously very good card for our range. We do block the ace of clubs too. I'm just going to bet fold this with the ace of clubs in my hand. I think he gives up with more straight draws. We don't want to give him a free card. Trying to see how long this tournament has been running. The tournament has been going 3 hours, and we haven't finished late registration yet. And it's probably maybe another 7 hours if we ran deep in it. We got sucked in, guys. Very nice hand though in Russian cash. With the backdoor flush draw and backdoor wrap, I guess we could bet here. We can obviously call a check raise. We want to build pots against what looks like somewhat of a wide range. Pretty bad card, obviously, for my hand, but very good. Kind of my range here. I mean, given that he's this wide though in the big blind, he is actually going to connect pretty well, so don't want to get check raised here on the turn. Rivering a pair, obviously like never really good, so we can rep hands like king 9 and try and get like king x to fold. We just lose too many times there with a 9. I don't think that we have enough showdown value. Baby. And a nice hand in the cash drop pot though. Hopefully we see a little resi daisy. It doesn't look like it. I imagine that we're getting many folds. Get one, we get two. And not an ideal flop. Two bounties on the line. Can we call it off? I don't think so. Oh, would have been crushing. Would have been crushing. Hey. Oops. I guess it's res. Guess we fold here. I mean, yeah, Calamity. Puppies are always the cutest. Always, obviously, the most work. Okay, so do we ship it in? This guy, he could fold better. Could he fold better pairs? I feel like there's so much money in the middle, and we have bounties against the short stack. Someone might tell me this is a terrible play, but I'm not sure at 50 bigs. Doesn't look good when we get snapped. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Bed would be good to beat this guy. Okay, well, at least it's over. We will have a good amount of pawing on these types of boards, and I think our hand... Two backdoor flush draws though, I think it might be strong enough to go for the smaller sizing. Obviously never folding with the gut shot. Two backdoors. We get a little help from this guy shoving. That is not good. And we are out. We are out. Actually, we have an ace for an out, apparently. Alright, well, we made $30. Woo! All right, we'll play the aces over here on the right that get folded around to us. But then I'm going to be out. This has been a long stream. A disappointing stream in terms of results, but definitely pretty fun. Good to mix it up. Has me thinking about potentially studying some tournament strategy a little bit more. If there are going to be, you know, some good events on GG. Looks like there are. So yeah, stay tuned. Maybe we'll play some more tournament stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching, everyone, and good luck at the tables out there.